It's worrying. The figures are astronomical. The amount of money that we seem to be in debt is obviously quite worrying. But at the same time, what you hear is that a lot of it is tied up within the shareholders. And in terms of the way that they hold that, can that be turned into equity at some point in terms of the new stadium? That would be probably a good way that would then suddenly make it look a little bit better. But yeah, it's certainly worrying.
I was shocked by the size of it. But as long as we can keep up the repayments, I suppose, it might be all right.
Generally, I would like to withhold judgment on it. I don't know a lot about debt and loans and how those things work, but having asked a few people sort of financial know-how, my understanding is that it really all depends on how some of those loans are structured as to, how much risk we really have. So at the moment, my honest answer is I don't know. It is, of course, overall quite worrying. What it means for next year is really hard to tell.
Well, I find that a very strange thing. It's not how I would like to run, like my club to be run, but if the people behind the club would honour us with that debt, I don't have the same problems with it that other people do. I'm far more interested in the FFP situation than the debt, but I'm not particularly concerned about that because I honestly believe that people like Fernandez would know accountants that would be able to hide any losses so that we actually achieved FFP.
I think we've got a very good chance of making the playoffs if we just can keep up the winning momentum. Unfortunately, we slipped away from the automatic positions. Seriously, don't think we've got a chance of that. A good win today, get the goal average up, and I'm just hoping against all hope we can make the playoffs and hopefully get a good day out down at Wembley.
I think we're more likely to get into the playoffs than go up automatically. I think we've lost our chance now, and I think the top two are just too strong. Unless they get injuries and they have a bad run at the long time, as we did, then I think it will be playoffs. All my memories of Wembley are the old ground, and feeling how decrepit it was and terrible facilities. It was just before my dad died, so it had a big, impact on me. The last game in '86, so and he managed to get his wallet pinched at half time. So not good memories of Wembley, but it would be nice to go and see the new Wembley. I haven't had the chance to go there yet. So, yeah.
If we end up going into the playoffs, I still hold out a bit of hope that we can make it for automatic, but that'll be really tough. I'm quite confident. I think on any given day we have a better kind of one match squad against most teams, and I think over two legs we'd be okay. Then making it into the final, that would be brilliant. That would be excellent. Going to Wembley if we get the opportunity to, I'd love that. Never seen QPR at Wembley. That would be incredible. It's exciting, but at the same time, it'd be gutting if we didn't actually make it.
I mean, if we don't finish, in sixth place, then it will be a disastrous season. I think from doing so well at the beginning, and missing it completely would be a disaster with the resources that the club that we've got. We should be targeting third or fourth. If we finish fifth or sixth, that's fine, but we've got to look at trying to get the second leg at QPR.
Well, I've booked off most of May, so that in case we do get into the playoffs, so I haven't planned anything for those weekends. But in all honesty, I'm a little bit nervous about the prospect of being in the playoffs. I hope that we won't be drawn in Nottingham away. That will be typical.
I'm dreading the playoffs because if we are actually in them, I think we'll win them. And if we win them, I think the club will pretend that everything is okay, and we'll have Harry Redknapp as manager next season, and that is the worst thing that could happen to my club, because it is the most boring side I have ever seen in my 40 odd years of watching Queen's Park Rangers. The man has no idea of going out to win a match. All he wants to do is to avoid defeat.
Well, in my own view is that we failed. We should have got automatic promotion, but the playoffs, well, we've got a chance of going up via those matches, but it's like a roll of the dice.
I think he's brought in the midfield is a lot better there, and he's creating more chances, and he really is. Unfortunately, we've relied too much on Charlie Austin this season to bring us goals, but it's all about the supply as well. But he really is turned the midfield into a better prospect for the season.
Exciting. He's a good player. Clearly he's got, clearly he's had problems in the past. Hopefully he's putting those behind him. Hopefully the team are working alongside him. I've been incredibly happy with the way that Joey Barton seems to have taken him under his wing a little bit, because of his kind of professionalism and the way that if he assumes that Ravel's doing well, then we've got to trust that he is doing well.
Well, we tend to seem to enjoy having misfits come join the team. I think it's really great that Joey Barton has kind of given him a sort of fatherly kind of welcome. I think that's really, really good, and he's actually a good role model in many ways. Someone who's kind of made mistakes and tried to make them better, make him a better person. So as a player, I think Ravel Morrison is pretty good, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play again today.
Yeah, he's done all right. I mean, I wasn't at Brighton, so obviously he had a good game there, and he had a good game at Birmingham. I mean, you can see. I mean, my only real sort of look at him is at the Leeds and the Charlton games, and you can see he's got a decent touch on him. Hopefully he'll score a couple more goals for us, but I don't. It feels strange in a way that we're pinning our hopes on somebody who's just turned up sort of in the last month or so.
Schedule, find there should be one at